Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So our today's topic is nervous system. Like nervous system, we have various kind of organ systems in our body. So one of them is nervous system, and since it is an organ system, that means it is made up of cells. So nervous system is made up of cells which are known as neuron. As you can see, each cell of the nervous system is known as neuron. So now we are going to see the structure of neuron. It starts from thread-like fibers called dendrite. Then comes the cell body. This circular portion is the cell body, which contains a single nucleus. Then this inner thread is known as axon, which is covered on the external side by myelin sheath. These coverings are myelin sheath. In between two myelin sheath, there are some gaps present. These are the gaps you can see. So these gaps are known as nodes of Ranvier. And last portion is the end of the axon, which is known as axon ending. So I hope you are clear with the structure of neuron. Next we move to direction of nerve impulse. Since it is a neuron, that means impulse is going to travel through this neuron. So what is the direction of that nerve impulse? First comes dendrite. So the nerve impulse starts, if we look at the picture, the nerve impulse starts from the dendrite, from here. From the dendrite, it is traveling to cell body, then the axon, and ultimately axon ending. So the direction of nerve impulse is dendrite, cell body, axon, axon ending. Two more characters we need to know about neuron is neurons are the longest cell in human body. We have various kind of cells in human body like RBC, muscle cells, neurons, and many more. So neurons are the longest of all of them, and neurons do not divide. Usually we know that cells keep on dividing. It is a character of we know that cell division, but neurons are the cells which do not divide at all. Clear? So our next topic is synapse. Now what is a synapse? So synapse is the junction between two neurons from where the impulse travels from one neuron to another. Means it is the junction between two neurons. Neurons are nerve cells, so they are placed one after the other. So the junction between two neurons. This is the first neuron, for example, and this is the second neuron. And in between there is a junction. This whole thing is known as synapse. Now if we study with the diagram, it will be more clear. So this is the first neuron, and first neuron's last part, that is axon ending. For example, the impulse is coming from the dendrite, cell body, axon, and now it has reached the axon ending. So this is the axon ending of first neuron. Then comes the second neuron. So second neuron's first part will be dendrite. First neuron's last part is axon ending, and second neuron's first part will be dendrite only. So this whole thing is known as synapse. Axon ending's first neuron contains some vesicles, some bag-like structures called synaptic vesicles. Inside these bags are present chemicals which are known as neurotransmitter. These are the neurotransmitter inside the synaptic vesicles. In between the two membranes, there is a fluid present known as the synaptic cleft. Then comes the second neuron's dendrite membrane, which contains some receptors. These are the receptors. These are the receptors. Now, how is the impulse traveling? So, the impulse, first, the neurotransmitter are the chemicals that carry the impulse, and these are enclosed within the synaptic vesicle. Impulse are present in these neurotransmitters. Then these neurotransmitters are released into the synaptic cleft. These neurotransmitters are getting released into the synaptic cleft. from the synaptic cleft, the receptors trap these neurotransmitters. The receptors are trapping the neurotransmitters, which will further get transported to the next neuron. And this is how impulse is getting transferred. So if we study from here, so neurotransmitters are the chemicals which carry impulse and are enclosed within the synaptic vesicle near the membrane of axon ending. The gap between the axon ending of first neuron and the dendrite of the second neuron is called the synaptic cleft. This is the synaptic cleft. The neurotransmitters are released in this synaptic cleft. Then the neurotransmitter are trapped by the receptors present on the membrane of dendrite of second neuron, and impulse gets transmitted from one neuron to another. So these neurotransmitters which are released in the synaptic vesicle are getting trapped by the receptors of the next neuron, and this is how impulse is traveling through one neuron to another. Clear? Next part is nervous system, types of nervous system. So nervous system is usually divided into two parts. First is the central nervous system, that is the main processing structures, and second is the peripheral nervous system that is present in the external part of central nervous system. Center covers the central nervous system that consists of brain and spinal cord. So our body's center, if we check the central axis of our body, so it contains brain and spinal cord, that is coming under central nervous system. Next is the peripheral nervous system, that means the periphery of the body, outer boundary. So periphery consists of all kinds of nerves inside our body. First is the cranial nerves, which are total 12 pairs in numbers. Second is the spinal nerves, which are 31 pairs in number. Cranial nerves, as we give the name cranial, so cranium means brain. So cranial nerves arise from the brain and spinal nerves arise from the spinal cord. Cranial nerves are total 12 pairs in number. Spinal nerves are total 31 pairs in number. So this was your nervous system. I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.